Welcome to Inspired Thoughts. Kimberly here. And today I want to talk about the importance of human connection. I know I spend a lot of time very intentionally talking about how important it is that we connect internally, connect with who we are, know yourself, love yourself, be yourself, the importance of tuning in and having that sense of self and um, love, respect, and acceptance for yourself. But it's also really important that we talk often about the importance of connecting to others. And we have talked about this, but I felt inspired to surface it again today because I think we all know it, we all feel it, how it feels to know that we're connected to others and that we're part of a family, part of a community, part of a team. We know how good that feels. But there's a ton of science that backs it up as well, of course. I've talked a number of times, hey, Papa, and Mama's on, yay! So there's the one that I typically reference. He's kind of the godfather of human psychology, Abraham Maslow. He did a ton of research in the 1940s that he published in the 50s, and he's the one that created the hierarchy of human needs that is still referenced today in all forms of psychology. And he talked about, of course, our first human needs being the primal needs: air, water, food, and safety. But once you get past those primal needs, the very next need we have is a sense of belonging, connection. And so the fact that we have this innate desire to be connected to others is very powerful. And yet, in many countries, certainly in the US, there's actually been a decline over the last several decades of how connected people feel. And we could argue that it's because of the increase in the digital space, where obviously we have this World Wide Web now and we can be more connected, but we also have people honed in on their digital devices more than they are the people in front of them. And we really have to take a look at that because in the last 30 years, the number of people on average, I know here in the US, the number of people on average that people say they feel they have a close connection to has gone down. And I think it's 1 out of 5 who feel like they don't even have a close friend, someone that they can turn to, call if they're in trouble, or just need a shoulder to lean on. And I think it's really important that we take advantage of this digital platform that we have, where we can connect in a broader way, but that we also nurture those connections with people that are right in front of us. People that, maybe the closest to us, family, close friends, people that we see in our day-to-day, but also, people whose paths we cross that we don't know. Could be an acquaintance or even a perfect stranger. There's so many opportunities to create a sense of connection because we're all sharing this same human experience. And sometimes it can be as simple as making eye contact, smiling, just saying a kind word, saying, how are you doing? Like if you find yourself in line somewhere today, maybe a grocery store, a bank, whatever errand you might be running, take notice of the person who's assisting you and say hello. Ask how their day's going. And don't just ask how their day's going and then rush off. Ask how their day's going and then wait for an answer as if you're really interested, and be interested. And you'll be surprised, because if I can get around other people and shift my focus to what can I do for them to lift them up, I immediately get lifted up. This just happened a couple of days ago, earlier this week. This is not going to surprise you, but I was focusing on something Tuesday that wasn't where I wanted it to be, and I was beating myself up a little bit. And outside of calling my mommy, which I did, because you got to do that sometimes too, for sure, all day long. But I also, of course, found myself going to Starbucks to get my. Oh, excuse me, one second. And so I found myself going to Starbucks on my way to the dealership. I had to pick up my car. They replaced the engine. Well, I hope they replaced the engine. It's been in the shop twice now. So anyway, I was on my way. I stopped at Starbucks and I was just kind of bumming, You just have those days. I've told you before, I mean, contrast hits me too, you know? And so I stopped to get my Starbucks, and I noticed a couple of my favorite baristas were there. And so I just asked, there was Aaron, and Jake was there, and I just started chatting with them. I'm like, how's your day going? And we just sparked up a little less than a minute conversation. And I walked out those doors. I had given, Jake a big hug. He was out kind of replenishing the sweeteners and things like that. And I gave him a big hug and just thanked them for always being there with a smile on their face. And I walked out those doors just feeling so much lighter and so much better, because I had taken that 1 minute to shift my focus from, what was bumming me out in that moment to connecting with another human being. So human connection, don't discredit it, and don't take it for granted, because it is there in such a positive way and can serve us if we honor it. Okay. So I wanted to share with you. So Virginia Satir, she's a well-known psychotherapist. She has a famous quote that I thought I would end with today, and this is with regards to hugs. Now, anyone out there who knows me, I don't know if anyone's else popped on. Oh, hello, everybody. Hey, Teresa. How are you, my love? Jen, James. Hi, guys. How's it going? Thank you for jumping on. Appreciate it. Anyone who knows me, so a couple on here know this, I'm a hugger. And often I find myself, I'm trying to get better at this, because some people don't want to have their personal space invaded, but I am known for invading your personal space to bring on a hug. But Virginia Satir has this famous quote that says, we as humans, we need 4 hugs a day for survival. We need 8 hugs a day for maintenance. And we need 12 hugs a day for growth. So just to share that one more time, we need 4 hugs a day for survival, 8 hugs a day for maintenance, and we need 12 hugs a day for growth, for optimum existence, for growth in our life. So I just want you to kind of file that in the back of your mind today. And I'm not saying you need to go up and hug a bunch of strangers, but I bet you could probably find people around you you'd feel comfortable giving a hug to hit that quota of 12 hugs today. And I'm pretty sure you can hug the same person twice. It counts. And keep in mind that if you are willing to hold that embrace for a minimum of 10 seconds, then you start to release all kinds of goodness, including oxytocin, the love hormone, and it reduces cortisol, so it reduces stress, it lowers blood pressure, it's just all kinds of yumminess. So lots of opportunity from a simple smile or kind word all the way to an embrace. Make the human connection today. And one of the reasons that I focus so much time and energy on you getting to know, love, and be who you are is because what I also know to be true is that if you will focus on getting to know, love, and be who you are in this world, you will naturally, organically, because it's who you are, you will open yourself up to positive human connection as well. And then we all benefit. We all benefit from your willingness to open up and make that connection. So that is my invitation for you today. I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments, and maybe let me know what can you share in the last 24 hours in the form of human connection. Like I said, it could be with someone who's closest to you, or it could be with a complete stranger. I shared my Starbucks story. I know it happened in Starbucks. It's no surprise. But it could happen anywhere. Like I said, a grocery store, bank, wherever you happen to be out and about, your children's school. But make the pause. Don't be so busy rushing through your life that you don't pause to make the connection. There's someone on here, if Papa's still on, so you'll see the name Gary Glick on here, and he could lead a course on this, because I've never seen or met anyone in my entire life who had the most amazing ability to always be aware of the humans around him and the opportunity he has to make a positive impact on their day. Always sharing a kind word, sparking conversation, making new friends. And it is, for all the years I've known him, it has been the greatest privilege to get to watch and see that as an example. So I try to emulate that as well. Yeah, I've had a lot of examples of sources of love, as you can tell. And I just really want to encourage you to implement that in your life, to open yourself up to human connection. And don't just open yourself up, but be the instigator. Be the instigator of human connection, and just notice how it feels. You know what? Just try it. Accept the invitation and try it. And if it doesn't feel good, you never have to do it again. Okay? But just give yourself the opportunity to accept the invitation, and I think you'll see some huge benefit from it. So maybe let us know in the comments in the last 24 hours, what human connection story would you like to share? Could be what you might consider mundane, but I promise you it will inspire someone else. And then maybe what do you plan to do in the next day? What could you open yourself up to? What are your thoughts on this? So I appreciate your time today. I just wanted to kind of turn the focus outward a little bit and remind you that when you are aligned with yourself, when you know, love, and choose to be who you are, that's when you have the best opportunity to shine your light onto the world. And it's through these human connections that comes to be. So shine your light, my friends. I am going to go get some things done now, and I'm so glad we got to connect today for Inspired Thoughts. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be tuning into comments throughout the day. And otherwise, until our paths cross again, I'm going to get back inside because you can hear the construction going a little cray-cray out here. But until our paths cross again, just know that I am absolutely all day long sending you so much love. Take care of yourself and others.